Okay, so I was in an accident about 13 years ago, and it left me with a fractured vertebrae, actually a burst vertebrae, so I had no vertebrae. They had to piece it together. It left me paralyzed, partially paralyzed. I had used my left leg, not of my right leg. I was in the hospital for 5 weeks. When I got out of the hospital, I was in physical therapy, and the physical therapist was trying to get me to be able to use my right leg. I said to the physical therapist, I've been in the hospital on my back for 5 weeks in bed, and you're working on my leg. I'm interested in the rest of my body because I have a feeling it's deteriorated in this time, and I'd like to know what I can do about that. She said there's only one person that I can recommend, and that was Glen Gadwood. So I looked up Glen, and I went to see him, and at the time I was wearing what we call a turtle shell. It's a plastic cast that goes from your sternum, so it's the sternum, from the sternum down to the pelvic bone, and it wraps all the way around you. And I was on a walker, and I was walking in on a walker with this white plastic cast over my t-shirt, and Glen began working with me, and there wasn't a whole lot I could do, but I explained to him that I wanted to be able to be functioning so that I could play with my grandkids and do things I wanted to do outside. So 13 years later, here I am. I'm able to cut down trees with a chainsaw, split wood, play with the grandkids, I deer hunt, I fish, got a tractor, I live on 40 acres. So we're always doing stuff outside. I've got 3 deer stands, and so the grandkids can hunt out there with me, and their father can hunt with me. But one of the things that has happened is I've gotten much stronger on my right leg, but the rest of my body has gotten stronger. My upper body, because I walk with 2 canes, because I have a imbalance issue, I walk with 2 canes to keep me balanced, but I've got the strength to do that. I don't need a wheelchair or a walker to do that. So I've gained a lot of strength. They do a lot of core training, which I understand is important, but I'm not sure I understand all there is to it. But everything we do here is basically core training. So that strengthens, I guess, the center part of your body. But we work on everything. In addition to the issue I have with the paralysis on my right leg, even though it's gotten stronger, I still have a gait issue. So I walk where I swing one leg, and that causes my back to have some muscles that get tight. Glen also performs NMT, Neuromuscular Therapy. I see him once a week for that. And it's hard for me to go much more than a week beyond that because those muscles, when they get tight, they pull bones out of place. And that causes the nerves, in my case, to cause spasms to go down my leg, which are hard to tolerate. So he's able to keep me going with that as well. And one additional benefit to working out here is my wife and I watch the grandkids this summer, and they are 8, 10, and 17, 2 boys and a girl. And so we didn't know what to do on the days that we work out. So my wife said, I just won't work out. She works out here as well with Mike Hoffman. She said, I just won't work out. I said, no, let's take the kids with us. So we brought them here once, and I told Glen, I want to bring the kids in to work out. So he had them work out with one of the trainers. And he said, I don't know what you're going to do, but just make sure it's fun for them. And they were having a blast. So later on, in the summer, the simulator, Glen moved to this new location. They had a golf simulator. So the two boys during the summer used the 1 hour of hitting golf balls, and the girl did not care to hit golf balls. So she worked with one of the personal trainers here, and she was 10 years old, and she decided she wanted to be a personal trainer when she grows up. She enjoyed it so much. So our whole family and extended family have really enjoyed this. Yes, I worked with Mike as well as Glen. You know, it was interesting. Mike has a little different use of the machines. Whenever I work with him, he'll use some machines that, whereas Glen was using bands. And I found that was a little different, and a particular stretch that Mike did. He did something a little different because he saw one of my hips was tight, and he added something different to that stretch. And I informed Glen about what he had done, and Mike told him as well what he was doing. It was a real good team effort. Yeah. I do. I bring them. In fact, my sister is visiting from Texas, and she's going to see Glen on twice while she's here next week. Well, it's a lot larger than the old facility. The golf simulator is awesome. They're kid-friendly, which, you know, typically you think of gyms as sweaty workout places, and but these trainers can handle just about anything, from a 70-year-old partial paraplegic to an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 17-year-old. So they're very adaptable.